Hey guys, welcome back for another video. So last weekend was Monsterpalooza weekend, but Raina and I on Monday decided to also check out the Creepshow, not the movie, the new TV show that's coming out on Shudder. We decided to check out the premiere, so we're going to have a little presentation with Greg Nicotero, and a couple others were attending, Adrian Barbeau among them. So I recorded some of his presentations, so you guys...
Right on, Grant's Christians Beyond Fest live world premiere Creepshow! What do we got tonight, Christian Parks?
This is, so in 1982, some guy called George Romero and some guy called Stephen King, they got together and they made one of the greatest, it's the greatest anthology film ever made, and one of the greatest horror movies ever made. And I'm going to say it's the best Stephen King adaptation ever made. So that was then, this is now, this is the world premiere decades later, and we could not be more excited to be able to share this with you. A huge thanks to everybody at Shudder. They're an incredible team, it's an incredible platform. They have supported genre, they have supported horror filmmaking from the very beginning. If you are not a subscriber, go out and do it today. Grant will refund you if you don't like it, right?
Oh yeah, that's what I know.
They'll do it. But this is amazing, so huge thanks to Shudder, and huge thanks to all of you for coming out to be here for the world premiere of the first episode of Creepshow.
So we're going to show the episode, then we're going to go into a trailer after the episode for the season. So that's how we're running this down.
Yeah, so officially, we're only showing the show, but if you stick around, there's a film from 1982 that we'll play afterwards if you just want to stay in the series.
So if you want to stick around, we may or not have sent something in. So, let's do this weird housekeeping.
Yeah, we got to do some housekeeping. All right, let me check this out. Is Loretta Simon in the house? Loretta Simon, I have your credit card. You left that just in the courtyard.
It was a bad habit I picked up in prison. I just can't help but pickpocket. Another thing I pickpocketed this evening. Does anyone drive a car? Let's narrow it down. Does anyone drive this is a Toyota car and they can't get into their house tonight and it's you?
Yeah.
Sorry.
What's wrong with you people? Just losing shit all over you.
You know, you really gotta watch the pickpockets. What else? Oh, so what are the episodes tonight?
So we have two episodes. It's two stories that are part of the first episode. And so the way that this is releasing, the premiere is on Shudder, exclusively on Shudder, on September 26th. And each episode features two stories. And we've got two stories tonight. The first one is called Grey Matter. It's based on a story by Stephen King, and it's directed by a gentleman by the name of Greg Nicotero.
Second one tonight is The House Ahead, and it's directed by a Creepshow alum to the score. He's from the nation's horror capital of the United States, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. John Harrison.
And so there are so many people involved in this series. There are so many people. Can we get a show of hands, just like who's involved in the series, who's in here? This is awesome. Like, this is amazing. This is so good. And so there's one person in particular, we're going to pass the mic over to him. He's showrunner of the show, he's the executive producer, he is a special effects god. We've had the pleasure of hosting him before for a screening. He is a living legend in our book. We're not building you up too much, but ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Mr. Greg Nicotero.
Holy shit, guys. Hi. It probably would have been easier if they said, raise a hand if you didn't work on Creepshow, because every single person that worked on it I invited, because I wanted to make sure there weren't any. And, oh, here, Stan, here's all the VIP seats. And we were curious where everybody gets to sit up front. Well, listen, guys, thank you. I'm partly proud, mostly proud, partly terrified. You know, I don't even know where to start. It's been, the last time I was here, I was sitting on a chair right here, and George Romero was sitting right there, and John Harrison, and we were talking about Day of the Dead. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. And it's just, those of you who know me, my friends, everybody that I've grown up with, Scott Gimple, everybody that I've worked with, you guys know how I'm all passionate. I love this stuff so much. I don't know how to do it any other way. And when you work on a show like this, it exists out of sheer will. You surround yourself with the best people. You surround yourself with your best friends and the best actors, and you just will it to be. And this show is pure passion and pure will. It's the first movie set. A lot of you guys that know me know this story, but those of you who don't, I'll give you the Reader's Digest. Listen, the episode's 44 minutes. As long as I talk less than 44 minutes, I think we'll be all right. So I got about 41 minutes before I need to stop before we can lose the theater. The first, thanks, Dana. See, I made Dana go laugh. I can leave right now. So the first movie set, I grew up in Pittsburgh. My dad's a doctor. I was going to be a physician. I went to pre-med. I did all this crazy stuff. And I got an invitation to visit George Romero on the original set of Creepshow. And I drove to Monroeville, which is just outside of Pittsburgh, where they shot Dawn of the Dead. And it changed my life. Like, I hope and I can pray that for my kids, my son who's going to be an amazing filmmaker, I can only hope that people will take away from what I do, that you can follow your dream. And I had no idea that I was going to end up here on this stage talking about Creepshow, because as far as I was concerned, I went to visit that set when I was a young kid, and it changed my life. I realized that things that you do that you love, that's something that you consider a hobby, there's a way to by sheer will, make it happen. Those of you that know me know that I talk about Jaws all the time, and I talk about Dawn of the Dead, and I talk about all these amazing movies, and lo and behold, the first cast crew screening I ever went to was June 24th, 1982. There's a couple guys that were probably there. Harrison was there, Motown was there. It was the cast and crew screening for Creepshow that I got an invitation to go from George Romero. So I felt like I was really blessed to be sort of welcomed into this family. I would have had no idea that, by the way, that family not only would continue after all these years, but would extend to all of you. Now, all of you guys are part of the Creepshow family. You're part of something that Stephen and George started. And I was talking to Tina, George's daughter, outside, and I told her how proud I am that, if nothing else, I get to continue his legacy of loving horror and genre stuff so much. So I'm grateful to all of you. There's so many people here that I want to thank. I literally could have every single person stand up and I'd be like, thanks. You were great, by the way. You were awesome. Mustache is awesome. You were awesome. I signed 90 things for you. You were great. It's really, there's so many people. And I'm trying not to look at my notes and cheat because I don't want to. I'm going to talk about a couple people real quickly. Julia Hobgood, who is my right hand. She really is not that she's the brains of the duo. Like, I got the looks. She's the brains. Well, I don't know about that either, but she really keeps me sane, and she's worked with me on Walking Dead for years. And she's young, but I feel like I've aged her, so I apologize for that, for every second. Brian Whitten, who is also, he's like my 80s rocker chick partner. Everything you can imagine, rock and roll, he'll be like, fucking great, wow. Every picture is that. Kind of great, keeps me grateful. Stan Spry, who literally put this whole crazy thing together. One of the crazy things about this story, and I will shut up shortly, I promise, is this all started from a short story. I read the short story written by a guy named Craig Engler, and I thought the short story was so cool that I went after the option, because I thought, this would be fun to shoot. cut to, oh, well, the guy who works with Craig, his name is Stan, and he's optioning Creepshow. And I'm like, wait, my Creepshow? I mean, it was just insane the way that it happened. So, those three people, everybody, of course, at Shudder. I got to talk about my directors. I got to talk about David Bruckner, Roxanne Benjamin, Rob Schraub, who's here, Tom Savini, John Harrison. I pray I'm not forgetting somebody. I don't think so. Jake, did I forget anybody? Jake wouldn't remember anyway. But you know, I really entrusted the visuals and the storytelling to these guys. The writers, there's a lot of you guys that are here. Dave Scow, Philip and Byron, Stephen and Paul. I mean, there's Joe Hill, Steve King. Who am I forgetting? John Harrison, who wrote one of the episodes with me. Who else? Rob Schraub was a writer too. Thank you. Okay, probably said that. Joe Lansdale, Matt Venn. Did I say that right? No, I didn't. Fuck. You know what? He spells it wrong. He spells it, it's V-E-N-N, but he pronounces it Vane. I know how to write Vane, but I said it wrong anyway. Sorry, Matt, I apologize. John Skip. Thank you, John Skip. Thank you. See, you know what? That's why I invited them, because I knew if I skipped over them, they would scream their name out. So thank you. Anybody else want to just yell at? John Esposito. Fuck, thank you. Jesus, guys. All right. I said them already. I didn't say their last names. Paul Dini, Stephen Langford, Byron Willinger, Philip DiBiase. I said that right, Philip? There's not an L in there, by the way. Sorry. You guys don't know how to spell your own names. Jesus Christ. All right, writers. Yeah, all right, I'm done with the writers. You guys, Jesus, don't you get enough fucking credit? All right, so let's move on now. All right. So now I want to talk about my actors. I'm sorry, I'm such an asshole, you guys. I really am. So tonight, and I keep swearing, and there's this amazing young girl named Kaylee Fleming who's here. Kaylee, you have to stand up wherever you are. There, I see this little girl, Kaylee. She's standing up. She has a spotlight. So I have to say, she was the first person casting Creepshow. We were shooting. She plays Judith Grimes on The Walking Dead. She literally is an astonishing talent. And we were directing the last episode last season. It's all the snow stuff, and there's all this great stuff with her and Negan together. She's just amazing. And we were finishing up. Oh, Josh Mallerman. I forgot to say Josh Mallerman. I hope he's not here. No, I hope he is here. Because he's a really good writer, but if he's not here, so Kaylee was the first person that I hired on the show. And I literally thought to myself, if I can get her, then I'm going to elevate this show. She's such an amazing talent. And I pulled her aside on the last day of filming. I said, listen, I'm doing this crazy show called Creepshow, and there's a part, and I can't imagine anybody else doing it other than you. And she did it. And I felt like that was like of the 5 billion battles you fight when you're a showrunner, I won one. And that was my first battle. And it felt great. And then I had these other crazy battles. And it ended up with Adrienne Barbeau, and Tobin Bell, and Giancarlo Esposito, and Hannah Barefoot, who's here, who's in Paw. There's so many great people here. Jesse's here, who's in Grey Matter. Christopher Miller, who plays Timmy. There's, you know, those of you, I'm sorry if I'm missing. Oh, and Kate, who's in Bad Wolf Down. Yeah. So the actors, you know, somehow or another, we were able to get people to come in and share this crazy, super exciting, fun ride with us. I think because I told them that it would probably only be 2 days and then they could leave. So they thought, well, how bad could it be? It's only 2 days. And it was bad. But I will tell you, the crew, Amy Holmberg, Rob Draper, Jake Garber, and Carrie Jones, and everybody came on. So I will say 90% of this crew is K&B people. So everybody that works at K&B, you have to raise your hand. Because when you're a kid and you have this great idea that you're going to do a TV show and make a monster a week, don't ever think that again, because it's insane. And the only way I could do it was because these guys had the same commitment to it that I did, because they love Creepshow as much as I do. I was going to say I did, but I still love it, so that's good. All right, so that's it, and I mean, I do have to say thanks to 3 very amazing people. My wife Sherry, literally allows me to do what I need to do and doesn't put a pillow over my head when I'm asleep. Which, I wouldn't blame her, but my son Devin, who's an aspiring filmmaker, and I'm super proud of him. I think he probably left already. He was probably bored, and there was like nothing on his Game Boy to do. And my daughter Alyssa, who is 14, and the greatest joy anybody that has young girls is to take them and all of their friends to the scariest movie. And she's like, no, don't worry, I know how they do it all. And she convinces all the other girls that are terrified that it's fine because she knows how to do it. She doesn't know how to do it, by the way. I know how to do it. She doesn't know how to do it, but she thinks she does, which is good. Anyway, I'm done. Hey, I only have like 37 more minutes, but I'm not going to stretch it. I'm grateful, guys. This night is so important to me, and I feel like when I go home tonight, I can be proud and grateful that you guys shared it with me. So thank you, everyone.
Raina and I were there. We ended up approaching Mr. Nicotero, and we got a few autographs. I, of course, got this Creepshow 11x17. I also had, like the main poster for the show, but I wanted Raina to have that one, so she got that signed for her, which was pretty freaking awesome. And I'm going to show you guys what else I got for myself. And I got Greg Nicotero to also sign this Day of the Dead poster, so you guys can see that signature. And yeah, this was the first major film he worked on. It's pretty awesome. Got to work with Tom Savini on this, and I mean, it's a classic. I mean, I love the original Romero zombie trilogy is like freaking amazing. So yeah, had him sign this baby. And of course, I couldn't pass up Greg Nicotero signing my favorite movie in the Evil Dead trilogy. Like, this is actually one of my favorite horror movies of all time, like, in general, because it's just freaking, to me, it's like a perfect movie. It has horror, it has comedy, it has, like, it's just, I can rewatch this, like, over and over again and never get tired of it. So, yeah, he was very appreciative of me having this signed, because, he had fun working on it and stuff, so that was pretty freaking awesome. There you guys go. And before Raina and I checked out the Creepshow premiere, we got there a few hours early, so I had some time to kill. We stopped by Amoeba, and I picked up Night of the Demons 2, which I needed for my collection. And Raina knows how much I've been wanting House on Sorority Row, like, for the longest time, but I could never find it, so she decided to gift this one to me. So thank you for that. And I picked up Argento's Deep Red as well. So, yeah, 3 movies I've been wanting to pick up for quite a little while. And on the Tuesday before Raina flew back home, we went to, decided to check out one of my favorite stores, Book Off. And if you guys haven't been there, they got pretty much everything. Like, we're talking video games, movies, books, like anime, manga, all that good stuff. But in my case, I always run to the horror section, obviously, so they, I'm guessing someone brought in like the entire Phantasm collection, and someone must have picked up part 1, because yeah, they only had 2, 3, and 4. But good thing is I already have the original, although it is on Blu-ray, so I would like to pick it up eventually on DVD, just to have it with, with the rest of the set on DVD. So I also picked up Drive, starring Ryan Gosling. My best bro Yuli, who you guys have seen in some of my review videos, he actually introduced me to this for the first time, so I ended up freaking loving the movie, so I decided, hey, why not pick it up, right? So here you guys go. Some more
movie pickups for my collection.
There it is, some footage for you guys, as well as the autographs I got from Mr. Nicotero himself. Always a pleasure running into him. I ran into him at Monsterpalooza a couple times, so it was really cool seeing his presentation this time around. I love the frickin' episodes. Raina and I both it's weird because like each episode is gonna have 2 stories in it, so it's pretty cool. It's still an anthology, and each episode is actually an anthology, which is like even more cool, you know. And the way they did it, like, I mean, I'm sure you guys will watch it, but it's like they spliced in like a little of that comic book aspect, like feel to it. So it was pretty cool. So yeah, whenever you know, it premieres, you guys feel free to check that out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys for the next one.